Hi, I'm Vaune Pierce. Welcome to the Smocking Arts Guild of America tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to do the slip stitch, which is a stitch we use to make an invisible hem on your garment. So the slip stitch is an invisible stitch that you use to hem your garments. And if you look at the front of these two garments, you can see there is no visible line of stitching. But on the back side, you can see where the thread has picked the fabric. This is a printed fabric, so it hides the stitches a little bit better, but this is more of a solid fabric. And again, you can see the shadow of where the hem is, but you don't see the pick in the fabric where the stitches are. So in the slip stitch, you are going to be picking up one thread of the fabric, and then you're going to put your needle into the fold and run it through the fold and pop out to pick up another thread of the fabric. You want to use a size 10 sharp needle. The smaller the better, because that will help you be able to pick up just one thread of your base fabric. So I've just picked up one thread. I'm going to put my needle in at the fold, and I'm going to run my needle through the fold somewhere between 1/2 inch and 3/4 of an inch, and then bring my needle out of the fold. And then I'm going to pick up one thread of the fabric. And then put my needle into the fold, run it out through the fold and then out of the edge, and then pick up another one thread of the fabric. And by picking up only one thread of the fabric, that way you will get an invisible stitch on the right side of the fabric. Normally you would use a thread that's the same color as your fabric. I'm using a darker thread so that you can see the difference between the thread and the fabric. And I'm going to turn this over and show you the right side. And you can see, even though I'm using a darker thread, by just picking up one thread, even with a darker thread, it's next to invisible. So I've got my thread coming out of the fold again. I'm going to pick up one thread of the fabric, and this one thread is right across from where my needle comes out of the fold and then goes back into the fold and slips through. Comes out of the fold, pick up one thread, and then back into the fold and slip through. And you continue that all the way around to hem your garment. Thank you for joining me in Smocking Arts Guild of America as we cover the slip stitch.